which made it look, really obvious, but he's picked it up.
Shamet will find George. It feels like George is trying to put together a monster game right now.
That's what the good coaches do. That's what the great point guards do, by looking off coaches sometimes and say, no, coach, we got to get.
That's caused some of the load management controversies we've been seeing. Kawhi Leonard.
Paul George, they've trailed by as many as 8. George, the pull-up from 10. It's good. George, the pull-up from 10. It's good.
That, I think, cost really some really good opportunities for the Wizards. One-on-one, Samet, yeah, we played together. You've seen this move plenty of times in practice.
Been off to a terrific start here with this young season. Her eyes on Kenrich Williams, fades, fires, and on cue. George on Alvarado, shoots over the top and knocks it down. Paul George with 9.
Paul George catches it, turns, shoots it right over the top of Alvarado, knocks it down.
5 to shoot for George. Picked up by Allen. 2 to shoot, gonna be a tough one. A 3. Oh, it's good!
Watch this shot clock running down. You called it, Brian. He's got Allen guarding him, who's a long, tough defender.
Early, make Paul George see bodies.
George crosses, sweeps it right back to Larry Nance. It sticks, a tough shot.
Teams that have high expectations this season. George off to a great start tonight. Little shake and bake. High arching shot.
Who had 16 consecutive points for his team. George, step back, three-pointer. Oh, Paul George does it again.
Paul George out top off the Batum screen. Gobert switches onto him. PG draws it and one. Count it.
Amount of success against Rudy Gobert. Not many people have. His field goal percentage against Rudy in the paint is abysmal. But that's a tough, hard-nosed, fearless drive by Paul George. Nicely done.
That is a high degree of difficulty.
There's only 6 shots in the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. George. Oh, book it for Paul George.
Tonight, Paul George off the man screen. George working against Buddy Hield. And Paul George does that to a lot of guys.
A timeout.
George picked up by Porter Jr. Riser for 3 at a time. Damn! 93!
Allowing him to go one-on-one. PG's been doing it all night, able to knock this thing up 93. A decision has to be made quickly, and John Wall put it right on time and on target.
George twisting and turning, fading and firing.
So I said the last 25 years.
Yes, leave me out of that.
George again.
And nobody saw it. Paul George having his way on his terms. Again, you allow him to play one-on-one.
See, but the pretzels there in Philadelphia. Awesome. Absolutely next level. George, bump going up.
Always indulge in multiple pretzels.
They're free.
Well,
Uses the rim, the rebound to George. Leonard on the floor for LA. George, big finish and the foul. A lot of mental lapses, understanding what's available to them.
Paul George bracing, working on Tony Snell as a step. Nurk shows, forcing Paul outside for a drifting follow-away jumper. Very few guys in the...
That's a foul, okay? And maybe another foul. And then a fadeaway over 2 defenders.
Suns, by the way, only 3 of their 16 field goal attempts are from 3.
Paul George this time gets down low. Checks in for Orlando. George will go right at him. Twisting, turning, fading, firing, counted on a foul.
For the three-point play.
There are... Bridges did a pretty good job on Leonard in that game in late October. George gets below the dotted line, puts it up and in, counted on a foul.
Drag him down in the paint. And now because Paul George is 6'8" and can elevate right over him, he gave him a little bump to get more space.
Damian Lillard on George. He goes to work. He spins twice. He is fouled and 1. Paul George.
Down, use some clock, and get the shot. Norman Powell a little late coming on the double team as he isolated.
Their 6th consecutive win after opening up the year 1-4. George crumbles down the lane off the glass. It is good.
let's go back. Paul, patience, allowing the defense.
2 to play in the first quarter.
And right back to Paul George. Right back.
I remember this guy. Down the line.
finish the three-point playoff.
4 on the 24. Paul George from long distance.
Good friends off the court as well. George with a crossover. Inside, off glass!
He's looking like the self-proclaimed playoff P. Look at him pursue the body.
George. Dribbling move, goes up, scores, it counts and a foul.
Like a yo-yo on a string, and then got right by him. Boom, foul, contact, and one.
Clock halfway through, down to 10 now. George, a long three, got it.
Good, solid defensively here. Warren gets there.
Thunder get back defensively. As George defended by Burton. Bounces off of him. Fades and scores with the right hand.
Dangerous right there. And here, you want to see something smooth. That's a smooth step.
Drives on McDermott, stops on a dime, he's the mid-range, and the jumper looks good. Paul George knocks down his second basket.
The hair change was a good thing, but we wanted the game to stay the same. Kind of looks familiar right there.
Downside along with the Clippers. There'll be no shot blocking at the rim. George, jumper, got it! Paul George drills another.
North of the border, 9 to shoot for the Clippers. George drives on Brooks, spins away, down the lane, hangs, and
PG is looking over the top. You wanted to see if that defense opened up on the inside. It didn't. Takes on Şengün.
And the lead now swells 77-69. George down the lane, hangs and hits. What a play by Paul George.
Not enough, able to elevate, cut into this lead a little bit by the Timberwolves.
High level defending and elite offensive weapon.
He did it in game 2 as well. Paul George drives inside, up and under, banks it home.
Nobody shot more or made more this season. George, fade, money. And that's the importance of leverage.
Can't hear. And then Paul George coming right back at him. Just a little nudge.
on court. Clippers, the best team in the league in terms of half-court offense. Paul George slithering his way inside. And
we'll see Paul George with the quick crossover and get to the rim.
7 to shoot for the Clippers. Drives in on Bullock. He goes in. Oh, nasty! Looking around the horn, far side to George. Late on the clock. Step away 3. Wow. Paul George.
To its feet. Behind the back. Step back. Defender can't get there in time. Big 3 for Paul George.
The ability to...
Terrific coach who was a surprising move. They let him go. Adrian Griffin, and now whoever takes the job is Paul George. Crashes hard. The Clippers go on a little run here. Paul George throwing it down.
George from the wing to the lane. Counted out a foul.
He's throwing it down and gets fouled. Chance for the three-point play.
The shot clock is dark. They're down by 2. George wants it all. The 3. Oh, my goodness. Hot damn. Paul George puts the Clippers out in front by 1.
Close the gap. Get the rebound. Paul George right here. You know he's stepping back. Klay Thompson could.
Paul George, go-to guy. Spin on Reeves. Impossible to stop.
16. As he makes a nice spin, turnaround jumper, puts the Clips up.
7-2 run here by the Clippers after the ejection. That is a 3 by Paul George, who is perfect. He's got 33.
I will say the last few games, Batum has been very quick with the trigger, regardless of the shot clock. When he catches, he's making a quick decision. Paul George.
Oh my goodness! How nasty!
So you're talking about rookie initiation? Well, this is the rookie initiation of Paul George on Isaiah.
7 to shoot for George. 3 to shoot. Gets down, lets it fly for the lead.
Hot damn! Clippers lead by 2!
Escape from that long defender. You got Allen out there helping as well. Both of them coming at PG. Little step back. shoots that slider curveball jump shot and knocks it down. There's the step back. Mobley goes down. That's why he got the wide open look.
Which goes to work. George.
Herb shot creator and shot maker that Paul George is, able to regain his balance, square up, over the hand,